Good morning and welcome. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the Logitech G920. It's specifically for Xbox and PC, and we'll get more into that later. I'll be testing it with the additional gear stick, and also I'll be trying it on Truck Simulator 2 and also Euro Truck Simulator 2 and also Forza Horizon, and I'll talk to you about how it handles on dirt and project cars as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so here's the gear stick. You can clearly see it's geared for Microsoft. So it's got the kind of usual Xbox controller layout that you would expect. Everything works really intuitively. You can plug it in as a standalone device with an Xbox and also as a PC, and it works phenomenally well. It also comes complete with the shifters here because this is an added extra. You have to pay for that separately. I'll put the links and the descriptions of the prices and where you may like to purchase them. I'm not endorsing this, but just for some additional information in the description. Okay, so first of all, how neat it is. It comes with these lovely tidy wires at the back. It's got a spot for everything that's in the unit at the bottom. It goes in nicely. It's so well built, although it is expensive, of course. So the pedals go in, the gear stick goes in, and it's got its own wire coming out for USB. You can make this as tidy as you want, so especially for my streaming, it doesn't look a total mess. It works via USB here, and the USB is always connected immediately into my Xbox and also into my laptop. And finally, just how it attaches to the desk. So these pop out and you screw them in and it clamps it to the desk. It's incredibly strong, and then you just tuck them away. Also, you can see some vents here. It's never overheated, not had any problems, and it isn't noisy either, which is great news. Okay, onto the pedals. The pedals have been a common bonus for the accelerator and the clutch. Everyone on the internet says how well balanced they are. However, I do agree with the brake. The brake pushes down very, very neatly, as you can see here. Yes, that's pushing well. However, that doesn't actually engage the brake. You push it down, then you really have to do this incredibly hard push to actually make the brake work. So that isn't particularly realistic. The gear stick is really, really nice. However, of course, we are playing racing games, and you can see here we're very, very limited to only 6 speed. Now, I appreciate that you can use the shifters, right? However, only 6 speeds on this, especially for things like Truck Simulator, where you can go up to 13 gears. There could be some more done with that, but the build quality is lovely, and I've not had any problems. Truck Simulator automatically goes into doubles as you shift from so you could go like 2 and then 4, 6, 8. So you can kind of override that, which is really, really nice. This, however, does not attach to the desk very well. I've got this clamped as tight as possible, and I can just push it off, and that is really tight. So that is a little bit disappointing because it does fall occasionally, at least maybe once every 2 sessions that I do lose that. This is like a rock. This is absolutely amazing. However, it's got much more surface area, so I guess that's to be expected. Okay, so handling on Truck Simulator is very, very good. So if we just jump into a game very, very quickly, you can see how well it works. While we're waiting for that to load, let's just talk about how the wheel kind of reacts with calibrating it. So when I originally got it, I needed a lot of setting up. So I downloaded a specific Logitech app, and then I was able to make it exactly like I want. I won't go into the details there. However, as you're turning the wheel, it was really, really there were a lot of dead spots, and it was very difficult to turn. But through the app, you're able to sort all of that out immediately. So I made it so there's no dead spots in the middle, and basically just as realistic as I possibly can. Okay, so immediately it says that you need to connect something. So you plug this in and you can see how fast this is going to react. As soon as it gets plugged in, this should do some turny things. So it's going to self-calibrate, show it's working. In this case, it shows that the trial has ended for it. So I just wanted to prove that I've been using it on here. So when you're going through Euro Truck Simulator and you're turning left and right, I've got lots and lots of information on this and lots of streams of Truck Simulator you might like to look at. When you're turning left and right, it's really realistic. The gear stick is realistic, and the way you push the clutch, etc., all works. However, for Forza Horizon, like a lot of people mentioned on the internet, it's a total disaster. when I use it on Forza Horizon, there's dead spots everywhere. You're like turning and it's not working. I crash all the time. I use the controller and I play really well. It's just not reacting with that at all. So I wouldn't recommend it for Forza Horizon 5 if that's something you wanted to play. For Dirt, it's pretty good. It isn't the best. For Dirt, I find that to get it to drift, you have to turn and turn and turn and turn. So you have to keep straightening the wheel as you're in a corner, which does make that quite tricky, which isn't very good. But it does handle nice on the straights, etc. But the thing it's phenomenal at is Project Cars. Project Cars, it just works like a proper steering wheel. And I've done, I'm not a professional driver or anything, but I've done some days out, and I've always owned performance cars, so I have had my fair share of hobbyist experience, and it acts the most realistic on Project Cars, which I really, really like. It's also got this center point, which is super, because in the moment you can see that and it will track what you're doing. So I hope that was a little bit informative for you. If you've got any questions, please do ask in the comments. This video is slightly more about giving you some quick information, whether you might like to buy it, and then also, if you'd like to ask comments, please go ahead and do so. You can see me testing it on my internet page quite a lot if you'd like to look at my future videos, and please like and subscribe, because I also do a lot of live streaming of piano music because I work as a professional musician. So thank you very, very much for joining me today, and hopefully that was a bit informative for you, and hopefully I'll see you again for another video. Thank you very much. Bye.